Hey, everybody, welcome to Moment of Clarity. There's been a lot of talk on Twitter about Medicare for All, about our healthcare system. And so today's Moment of Clarity has to do with that. So let's get started, shall we? You won't believe what this church did. A church in Des Moines, Iowa, called the United Church of Christ. And by the way, I don't know who this Christ fellow is, but man, he's quite the businessman, all right, because he has franchises across the whole fucking country, other countries too. He's like KFC or some shit. You mark my word, this Christ fella, gonna be big, unless he puts all his money in subprime mortgages like Circuit City or some shit. Anyway, this church just did something crazy. Something we're not supposed to do here in America, the land of going bankrupt for medical bills. That and I think freedom or something. There's another one, but mainly the medical bill thing. This church, all the members, they all chipped in. They bought up and forgave $5 million worth of medical debt owed by people in Iowa, Oklahoma, and Kansas. $5 million of people's debt erased, just gone. They don't owe it anymore. By random good Samaritans. That is it. Honestly, it's incredible. It's amazing. It's truly unbelievable. I mean, what a fucking great thing to do for their fellow humans, for their fellow citizens. Even if you don't know their names or their situation or what's going on in their life, that they owe this debt or why they don't have the money to pay for medical care, doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. They just erased it. They gave these people a new start. Hey, I've got an idea. Hold on. Yeah, I've got an idea. What if more than just one church donated to erase medical debt? What if, like, all of us, it doesn't even have to do with churches. What if just all of us, every single person in America chipped in a tiny amount, just a few dollars a month or something, tiny amount to erase medical debt? I mean, if we all did it, even the assholes, everyone, if we all did it, we wouldn't hardly have to chip in anything, and we could get rid of all the medical debt in the country. In fact, we could give people free medical care all the time, just from the beginning. Let's call this new idea universal health care. Just random words I came up with. And we could call the big pot that everyone chips in order to cover the medical treatments, just some random word, dogs. Government. We'll call it government. It's just a weird word. I know. I just thought it up. And when this so-called government is working properly, meaning it's not bought off, meaning it's not just fucking for corporations, meaning it's real human beings that actually represent the people. When that government's working properly, it would administer a medical system that treats people and helps people and heals them when they have the flu or COVID-19 or a herpes flare up or even if they accidentally got a Lego figurine on a Lego motorcycle lodged up their ass. It was an accident. I'm sure it was. And they would be helped. They would be cured by the doctors and the hospitals. No questions asked. No question. Well, maybe a few questions about the Lego thing, but mostly no questions asked. Point being, I'm really glad this church canceled all this medical debt. What a great thing for them to do. I know other organizations have also done a similar type of thing. But there also shouldn't be such a thing as medical debt. It shouldn't exist anywhere, ever, especially in one of the richest countries in the world. You should say to your friend, I can't believe all this medical debt. And then your friend should go, what the fuck were the words you just said? I've never heard those words together. Medical what? There is no reason to destroy lives by this horrific money laundering machine that we call the U.S. healthcare system, a for-profit healthcare system. It basically holds your health and the health of your family hostage. A few years ago, they came out with a way to cure blindness, certain kinds of blindness in some people. And they only charged $800,000 per eye. Per eye. That's the ransom to get your vision back again. They're holding your sight hostage for nearly $1 million. The mafia used to do this type of thing, but I think people had a less favorable view of them. The only difference between our medical system and the mafia is that the mafia breaks your leg if you don't pay. The American medical system just leaves it broken if you don't pay. Not that different. Not that different. And if we had universal health care on top of ending so much debt and ending so many bankruptcies, ending so many, so much misery and saving so many lives, it would also put us in line with the rest of the industrialized world, for fuck's sake. Have you ever looked at the list of countries with free healthcare, with government-run healthcare? Have you ever actually looked at the list? How are we behind Algeria and Rwanda, for fuck's sakes? Not that there's anything wrong with them. I love Rwanda. I love, especially over the holidays. It's just wonderful. And Algeria. That's where I go for all my couscous. I get my couscous there. Love it. But I'm just saying, how do they have the money to help everyone with a health problem, but we don't? America doesn't. We print our own money. It's fucking meaningless to us. We can afford it. We print it. We make it up. Here. Just gave $4 trillion to Wall Street. Where did we get it? I just thought of it. Just occurred to me. Here's $4 trillion. Fuck you, man. The idea that we can't afford health care. By the way, Joe Biden said he would veto Medicare for all if it got through the Congress because he said they wouldn't have a way to fund it. That was his excuse. Well, I'd veto it if there wasn't a way to fund it. And in fact, just the other day, a new report came out from the Congressional Budget Office, one of the most extensive reports so far, and it showed that Medicare for All could cover everyone for $65 billion less per year. They said, quote, the report found that implementing a single-payer health insurance program in the United States would not only guarantee coverage for every person in the country, but would also reduce overall healthcare spending nationwide. Wow, that's a real rough choice to make, isn't it? We could cover everyone, cut out the number one cause of bankruptcy in the country, cut out the number one cause of people's lives being ruined in the country, and save money. Yeah, that's a real tough choice, real tough choice. I've had tough choices in my life, and this is not one of them. I've had tough choices. One time, I had to decide whether to save my son, who was dangling off a cliff, and his hand was slipping slowly out of my hand. And I was like, oh, hang on. And I had to decide whether to save him or save the most amazing vegan roast beef sandwich with tomatoes and onion, and this type of sauce they put on it is fucking, I don't even know what it is, fucking incredible. And that was in the other hand. And I had to make that choice. And let me tell you, that one was way harder than deciding whether we should have universal health care, aka Medicare for all. Also, I think that wasn't me because I don't have a son. I think that might have been the plot of a Macaulay Culkin movie. But I think I might have added the sandwich. Point being, I'm glad this church erased this debt. But let's just remember, we shouldn't have to do shit like that. We shouldn't have to pay the parasites of this world in order to get people out of their medical debt. The only reason we still have this healthcare system is because people make billions of dollars from it. And they own our Congress people. They own our government. So the church paying off this debt is like if you had like bear traps all around your house, and a friend came over, and lo and behold, he gets caught in one of the bear traps, and he's bleeding and he's screaming and it's awful. And so you go over and you let him out of the trap, and he's like, thank you so much. Also, why are there bear traps everywhere? Just get rid of them. And you say, I would, but the guy who builds them pays me a lot of money. So I just keep them out here. Our healthcare system is bear traps. Makes a lot of people a lot of money, and it ruins a lot of other people's lives. But, and this is important, It shouldn't exist in the first place. That's been your moment of clarity. Please share it if you see fit. Please share it if you agree. Also, most importantly of all, I put on a fucking jacket for you people. I mean, what more do you want? You can't get bigger than that. You can't get more effort from me than that. If you're watching this on Facebook, please go over and subscribe at youtube.com/moment of clarity, because there's a lot of things Facebook doesn't do that we can do at YouTube. It's easier to alert you from YouTube, even though both are suppressing me. youtube.com/moment of clarity. Also, I'm giving away 5 free signed copies of my book, Bullet Points and Punchlines. In order to be entered into get one of those free copies, all you have to do is subscribe to the free email list, which you can do by texting the word redacted, REDACTED, ED, sorry, not, it sounded like I said ET. ET, also a good movie, but text the word redacted to 33777. And if you're outside the U.S., you can also sign up at leecamp.com. Thank you guys for viewing, and I will have more for you soon. Also, check out my new-ish podcast. I think we've been doing like for 20 weeks or so it's not that new, but it's called Government Secrets. And every week, me and Graham Elwood go through the deep, darkest things that our government's been involved in. And you should check it out. It's completely free. It's called Government Secrets. It's on most of your podcast platforms. And because most of it's timeless, you can, if you like it, you can go back, binge it, listen to previous episodes. Government Secrets. All right, everybody. That's what I got. Check out rockfin.com/leecamp also, and keep fighting.